Welcome back. Day 3 of training camp. Mike Komisarek, Jay Rosehill getting in a tussle here today. And Mike Komisarek having to shut things down last year in February, having season-ending shoulder surgery, but clearly showing no hesitation here. And he spoke to media talking about how he's ready for the physical play.
I don't remember thinking about last year's, but you know, you definitely like to see the intensity in the battles and the compete level this year. You know, in our meeting the other day, you know, Berkey mentioned that we're 50 guys or whatever, and we're all playing the same team, same organization. We're family, we're a group of brothers. So, you know, you're not going out there trying to hurt each other, but guys are definitely battling and competing, and stuff that you like to see this time of, you know, this time of year, going into camp, going into preseason. You know, coming off the summer, guys are just sick as shinny hockey. Let's go out and let's play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
With you and Rosehill, I mean, that's not a hey, let's do a little something. That's just from intensity. Is that a good sign?
Yeah, you know, I mean, after the game, you sort of, you know, you joke around about it, but you know, yeah, you sort of flip out a little bit. You know, you think that the guy's taking a whack at you, and you snap, and it's part of the game. You know, but Rosie's a good guy. Rosie's battling, so am I. So. We're not out there to hurt each other, but, you know, definitely competing.
You showed no hesitation out there, and that's always a huge thing when a guy comes back from injury. What are some of the things you made sure you worked on, maybe even mentally more so, to not show any hesitation?
Well, you want to get out there, and you want to, you know, dive right into the physical play, and, you know, whether it's, you know, putting yourself in those vulnerable positions where you're going to get hit, but you have to make the play, make the pass or whatnot. So things like that, or you know, stepping into guys. And then I guess the final thing is, you know, dropping the gloves and seeing how it feels there. You know, that wasn't really a major scrap, but you know, you're testing out all areas of the game and making sure that once the season starts, you're good to go. So everything's been great. Everything feels great. You know, now I'm just looking forward to getting in a couple of preseason games.
Can you remember ever getting into a real major scrap in a training camp situation?
No, not really. I mean, it happens. You know, every summer, even when you guys aren't there, you know, you'll be, you know, emotions get high, guys get pretty heated, intensity's up, and, you know, you give a guy a whack or two, and next thing you know, you're going at it with each other. So things like that happen every summer. It's part of the game, you know, it's part of hockey. It's going to happen, you know. At the end of the day, you go out, you grab, you know, you go grab lunch with the guy afterwards, and, you know, in the end, you're on the same side. So, you know, Rosie's a, you know, great teammate, hardworking guy you'd love to have on your side, and it's hockey. It's not ping pong.
Going out there and doing that, and getting intense and just going through the motions in camp? Because if you go through the motions in camp, that's not really helping anyone, right?
I mean, you know, we're here to, you know, like we've said, you know, it makes for a long off season. You know, it's a lot, especially for myself, a lot of training, a lot of rehab. You know, start skating early. You get sick and tired of that, where you just want to start playing where it means something. No one's going to remember these scrimmages. No one's going to remember the preseason. But, you know, you want to fine tune your game. You want to be ready to go. You know, October 7th. So. Doing whatever you have to do, you know, on and off the ice.
Well, that's just it. I mean, like I said, we were both little tempers flaring, and you know, you're both not sure what to do. You kind of just have a little scruff, but no big deal. I mean, I wasn't looking to fight him. I don't think he was looking to fight, and we were, you know, just butt heads for a minute. That's all it was.
Is it different if it's not Mike Komisarek and it's Billy Sledgehammer from Sudbury or something like that in training camp you're fighting with?
Yeah, you know, you never know. I mean, it's all in the heat of the moment, but it could be. I mean, the other day, me and Liambus had a little go, and that's fine. And, I mean, I'm not really looking to fight Mike, and you know, it's still training camp, and we know that. But sometimes things get out of hand, but it was really no big deal.
In the old days, guys would scrap all the time in training camp. Now the coaches kind of hint about what kind of rules there are going into a training camp when it comes to fisticuffs. Do they actually talk about it? Do they set out the ground rules for what you're supposed to do when you're in a situation like you were just in?
Well, I think last year they said, you know, no reason to be fighting in training camp, and I don't know, this year I actually didn't hear any of that, but you know, there's so many exhibition games. If that's your game, there's going to be lots of time to try that, and I mean, you might as well be going against other guys rather than two guys going against each other, a good chance of getting hurt and whatnot. So I think they like to cut that down in camp a little bit.